everybody, Mrs. Gill here. How are you? Today is kickoff day, and we are going to be reading Flora and Ulysses by Kate DiCamillo. And this is chapter 1. Now, of course, I'm dressed as a character here, a squirrel, and my superpower is hug. That's my special power that I possess. What is your superpower going to be? Flora and Ulysses, chapter 1. Actually, there is a cartoon first. In Tickman Center, let me turn it sideways. In the Tickman kitchen, late on a summer afternoon, there's a guy standing there holding something and a woman reading a poetry book. Ahem, ahem, he tries to get her attention. Happy birthday to you. What's that, Donald? This is your birthday present. It's a Ulysses Super Suction Multi-Terrain 2000X. Happy birthday. It's a vacuum cleaner. It's a Ulysses 2000X. See? She's not very interested. Yep, it's a crown jewel of vacuums. It features an extra long cord so that absolutely no mess, no dirt is ever out of reach. It's your indoor, outdoor. It goes everywhere. It does everything. Goody. You have to try it out. Turn it on. For heaven's sake, Donald. Please. Uh-oh. On button. Starting to suck something up. Chair got knocked over. Whoa! Uh-oh. What happened to his clothes? Vacuumed up the book. Vacuumed up some Cheez-Its. What in the world, Donald? It's multi-terrain. You should try it outside. And that's how it all began, with a vacuum cleaner. Really. Chapter 1. A natural-born cynic. Florabella was in her room at her desk. She was very busy. She was doing two things at once. She was ignoring her mother, and she was reading a comic book entitled The Illumination Adventures of Amazing Incandesto. Flora, her mother shouted, what are you doing up there? I'm reading, Flora shouted back. Remember the contract, her mother shouted. Do not forget the contract. At the beginning of the summer, in the moment of weakness, Flora had made a mistake of signing a contract that she would work to turn her face away from the idiotic hijinks of comics and towards the bright light of true adventure, literature. Those were the exact words of the contract. They were her mother's words, Flora's mother's. She was a writer. She was divorced, and she wrote romance novels, love novels. Talk about idiotic jinx. Flora hated romance novels. In fact, she hated romance. I hate romance, Flora said out loud to herself. She liked the way the words sounded. She imagined them floating above her in a comic strip bubble. It was comforting to have these words hanging over her head, especially negative words about romance. Flora's mother had often accused Flora of being a natural-born cynic. Flora suspected that it was true. She was a natural-born cynic who lived in the defiance of contracts. I hate romance. Yep, Flora, that's me. She bent her head and went back to reading about the amazing incandesto. She was interrupted a few minutes later by a very loud noise. It sounded as if a jet plane had landed in the Tickman's backyard. What the heck? Said Flora. She got up from her desk and looked out the window and saw Mrs. Tickman running around the backyard with a shiny, oversized vacuum cleaner. It looked like she was vacuuming the yard. That can't be, thought Flora. Who vacuums their yard? Actually, it didn't look like Mrs. Tickman knew what she was doing. It was more like the vacuum cleaner was in charge, and the vacuum cleaner seemed to be out of its mind, or its engine or something. A few bolts shy of a load, said Flora out loud, and then she saw that Mrs. Tickman and the vacuum cleaner were headed directly for a squirrel. Hey now, said Flora. She banged on the window. Watch out, she shouted. You're going to vacuum up a squirrel. She said the words, and then she had the strange moment of seeing them hang over their head. You're going to vacuum up that squirrel! There is no predicting what kind of sentences you might say, thought Flora. For instance, who would ever think you would shout, "You're going to vacuum up a squirrel"? It didn't make any difference, though what words she said. Flora was way too far away. The vacuum cleaner was too loud, and also clearly it was bent on destruction. "It must be stopped," said Flora in a deep superhero voice. "It must be stopped." What was the unassuming janitor Alfred T. Slipper always said before he was transformed into the amazing Incandesto and became a towering crime fighting a pillar of light. Unfortunately, Alfred T. Slipper wasn't present. When the incandescent, where was the incandescent when you needed him? Not that Flora really believed in superheroes, but still, she stood at the window and watched the squirrel was vacuumed up. Poof, verwump. "Holy bambooga," said Flora. End of chapter 1.